Flow is an amazing feeling. It's something I've chased as an athlete. It's something I've chased as an entrepreneur. It's something I've even chased as like a friend, a husband, a family member. Because really, flow can show up in any part of your life. It can show up in an intra or interpersonal relationship. It can show up professionally. It can show up in all these ways. Some of the most common ways people experience it through sports. That's one of the ways that it got really popularized by basketball. Being in the zone is what they called it then. So what is flow? And there's really three main parts of your experience of being in flow. First is that it's selfless. So when you're in a flow state, it's silencing your inner critic. Secondly is that it's effortless. When you're in a flow state, it's like accelerating that path to mastery. Third is that it's timeless. So flow is hackable, which is really nice. It's like you can either slow down time or speed up time. Some of the ways these might show up in your life is if you're a computer programmer, it feels like you're plugging into the matrix and you're just screens just coming down with ones and zeros, and you're programming and all of a sudden time just stands still and it's just easy, you're in it. If you're an athlete, we talk a lot about athletics with flow state because it's one of the quickest ways to hack into it. And it happens when you're about like 4% outside of your comfort zone. So maybe you just, first run of the day, you're getting ready for a competition and you do a 720 off a jump and you kind of catch an edge. You're like, oh, got it. Oh, wow. All right, cool. And all of a sudden you're in that flow state. A lot of the literature says like, you're just pushing yourself enough, but not too much. One of the biggest challenges people have with the flow state is they're either pushing themselves too far or not far enough. So that's a great thing for some self-awareness of, am I a person that tries to take 30 steps and make them into one? Or am I a person that thinks I'm taking one step, but it's really a tenth of a step? Because we really need to be pushing our comfort zone of growth versus comfort. There's really 4 parts to the cycle of flow. First is the struggle or loading phase. This is an area where maybe you're just learning lots of information, or you're physically training, you're learning a new habit, routine, skill, whatever it may be, even relationship. Secondly, we need a release state, and this is where nitric oxide comes in to actually flush the system of any stress hormones or chemicals that have residue in your body. So we think about, all these great thinkers or all these great ideas, and you're like, oh yeah, and it just came to me when I was in the shower. That's what's happening in the second phase. So you need to load, you need to work, you need to struggle, and then you need to take that break. Just take a walk on the beach, go ride your bike, go take a shower, somewhere where you can just really step back, relax, and that's when when those stress hormones flush through your body. From there is when we're entering into a flow state, right? So this process leads to that, oh, this is it, that's what it is. I just need to get these thoughts down on paper. I need to get this video recorded. I need to get that code down. I need to just be there with my partner or my friend or someone and just, let that energy flow. Finally, we have a recovery state afterwards. So we need to rebuild our vitamins and minerals, and this is a big area where people can get pretty stressed out because they're like, oh man, that felt so good. I want to stay in it forever. I do too, but that's just not realistic. And when we know we're out of that flow state and we're recovering and we're replenishing ourselves and we're doing whatever practices support us, this is a great spot to not get too stressed out. Trust and know that you can get back in that flow state, and actually the stress and pressure you're putting on yourself is increasing your cortisol, so that's going to actually make it harder for you to get back in it.